It is the 69th annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. It is the semifinal round here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, and we've got a good girls matchup to start off the afternoon as the number 1 seed Anniston Bulldogs play the number 5 seed Oxford Yellow Jackets. Welcome in with Gerhard Mathingani. I'm Chase Robinson. We've got a good girls matchup here, and coming into the tournament, all the talk was on Anniston. Oxford has been making some noise here so far this week.
They're basically the only team that's pulled an upset, and now they find themselves as the 5 seed, and the top 4 teams left, a shot at the semifinals and a chance to punch their ticket into the championship game.
Anniston's a team, though, that they've been here before. They've played in the championship the last few years. Oxford has snuck their way in there, but it's two different style programs here.
Defense and rebounding will be the keys to this game, and that's exactly what Anniston has been the best at in this county year after year after year. Expect the same thing this time around with 3 starters back for Coach Bullock's Bulldogs.
We've got a good one coming up here in just a moment. Oxford and Anniston on the girls' side. Coming up from Pete Matthews Coliseum, the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Eli Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Back here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, Anniston, Oxford on the girls' first semifinal here on this Wednesday afternoon. Gerhard Mathingani, Chase Robinson here courtside with you, getting ready to get the starting lineups underway. There you see Coach Melissa Bennett, head coach for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, and she's taken her teams here into the county tournament and into the championship a couple of times in her tenure at Oxford.
A lot of experience coming back on this team right before the game that all but 2 players on her roster have played in this tournament. So the experience has been a big factor. That's the reason why they are here to this point, and Coach Bennett has done a great job of building this program over the last few years and getting Oxford basketball back to being very competitive in a very, very, very tough 6A North Division.
And there you see Coach Eddie Bullock, many county championships in his time with the Anniston Bulldogs, and he has got a good team he'll be putting out there tonight.
And they're always good. It's just kind of degrees of what's comes back from the previous year. And for the Anniston Bulldogs this year, it's number 1 is 3 starters, but a lot of players have had experience. And being on this floor is different from most high school gyms. And that's one of the big parts about playing in this county tournament is you have to get ready to play in a little different atmosphere. However, it's the exact same atmosphere you have to go through in order to get to where you want to go to be a state champion on the regional round. Another good thing for the Anniston Bulldogs going in this game is that the number 1 seed actually gets the double bye. So you really get more of a chance to get some rust than you do have the chance to get rest. And he does a good job of handling that because they're typically one of the top 4 seeds. Meanwhile, Oxford got a chance to play essentially in that second round, made it to the quarterfinals, and now here they're in the semis.
As they're calling out the starting lineups, we'll take a look at Oxford's starters here. Number 1, Justice Woods. Number 4, Lema McGuire. Number 11, Lisa Montgomery. Number 14, Ashley Jackson. And number 21, Akira Robinson. And for the Anniston Bulldogs, it is number 3, Alicia Dudley. Number 10, Anna Garrett. Number 24, Ariana Colley. Number 33, Kiana Montgomery. And number 35, Eurasia Barclay. So those are the starters, and we are about ready to tip this one off. Anniston and Oxford, our first semifinal of 4 here on this Wednesday evening.
Anniston's a very, very big team as far as the overall height on their team, led by some of their post players, Maria McLeod, or Eurasia Barclay, I should say, for the Anniston Bulldogs. One of those players that has a lot of experience coming into this one, as well as Kiana Montgomery, who is set to tip it off here for Anniston.
Montgomery, and we'll tip it off for the Bulldogs. Ball in the air, and Oxford wins the tip. Ashley Jackson will have it and get it over to Justice Woods, who will be facing some Anniston pressure. She'll get it across half court. Quickly stolen away by Anniston. Shot blocked for McGuire and Oxford. They'll go out and back towards Oxford.
After the turnover, that was good for the Oxford defense to get the block and now get the ball back. Good recovery after the miscue on offense. Live ball turnovers is one of the things that Coach Bennett said her team can ill afford to have against Anniston.
Lamaya McGuire kicks it in the corner to Montgomery. Up top to Woods. Shot up, rims out. And that height for Anniston. It's the advantage there. Dudley will throw it out off the hand of Kiana Montgomery. Those are two players you've heard a lot in the county tournament in years past.
Have a couple of championships to their name, and Dudley has an MVP as well. One of the best three-point shooters, not just in East Alabama, but across the state.
Woods kicks it over to Montgomery. Shot no good. Rebounded by Dudley. Splits two defenders, and she'll hold it out. Three-pointer on the way. Hits nothing. That was put up by Colley. Bulldogs maintain possession. Another missed shot from Kiana Montgomery. That'll go off Anniston.
Well, that time that possession there really led by Dudley, who got it out to the open three-point shooter. They can't get the shot, but they get the offensive rebound. Those are the things that Oxford really needs to calm down on, make sure that they secure those reboundings, especially on defense. Can't have Anniston continue to get second and third chances at a basket.
In the corner to Montgomery. She drives, dishes it down to Jackson. As Barclay pulls out the rebound, and she'll get it to Garrett, who holds it up top. Another three-pointer on the way. Good this time from Ariana Colley.
First points of the game. It took a while to get there, but we are there with Anniston as Colley knocks down that three-point shot.
Foul called as Robinson drives in.
Here's another look at that three-point shot. A wide open look. Second attempt of the day. She puts it right in the bottom for the first points of the game, Ariana Colley.
Two free throws up ahead. Knocks down the first one. Second one's good. 3-2. Full court press being applied by Oxford, but Colley takes the pass. Cross court, Dudley from behind the 3-line drains it.
Yeah, that's one of the players that you just cannot leave open at any point. She, as we said, one of the best three-point shooters in the entire state, and you have to make sure that every shot gets contested when she's behind the arc.
Ball loose. Oxford gets it. Foul on Colley.
Take a look here at the Alicia Dudley three-pointer. It's a great find by Colley. Good defense, got her hand in the passing lane. And Dudley, right place, right time, knocks down the three-point shot for Anniston. And one of the early observations that we're seeing is this officiating crew is really letting this game go. And physicality has been really at an all-time high here in this first half of this first quarter.
Robinson up top. Drives in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Dudley. To Garrett inside. Dudley with a long three off the back of the iron.
Good ball movement there by Anniston on offense. Getting the ball inside out. Kiana Montgomery going outside. Dudley misses on the three-pointer, but then good job by the Oxford defense securing the rebound and holding Anniston to one shot.
Robinson drives, kicks it in the middle, intercepted by Kiana Montgomery for Anniston. The pitch ahead to Dudley. Dudley drives to Montgomery. Jumper, no good. Ashley Jackson gets the rebound for Oxford, and a timeout will be called by Coach Bennett of Oxford. 6-2 Anniston lead here. She's going to want to talk it up with her team.
Yeah, she does, and it's not going to be all bad, even though the score, they only have 2 points in the contest. They're actually playing really well, especially on the boards. At this point, it's basically calming the team down and making sure that Anniston does not go on a big run here, and then being patient on offense. And she's actually using this timeout too to substitute a player in, and she will get in, looks like number 5, Kayla Taylor. And we'll see just how deep they go off this bench. Coach Bennett said that already in this tournament, said two different players be the leading scorers, and 4 different players be in the top 2 in the first 2 games alone. So if you can't find the offense with one player, she has plenty of options.
Justice Woods will be inbounding for Oxford. They have the length of the floor to work here. Kiana Montgomery ends up with it for the Bulldogs. Kicks it out, ball loose. Anniston's going to end up with it. They had a wide open Williams underneath the basket, but Dudley will have it up top. Down low is Barclay. No good. Here comes Oxford. McGrew out to Kalia Taylor, who's checked in for her first action of the game. Montgomery back out to Woods, and it'll be knocked out of bounds.
Had a pretty physical game for Anniston on the defensive side so far. Oxford unable to get basically anything easy after they step across half court.
Woods takes the inbound. 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 6-2 lead for the Bulldogs. Taylor dribbles in. Defense too much. Anniston ends up with it. Dudley to Montgomery outside. Shot on the way is good from Anna Garrett. Check that. LaDeja Williams.
Once again, good inside-outside basketball by Anniston, finding a wide open Williams. Who buries the three-pointer. Looks a lot like Colley's first three-pointer of the game.
It'll be a jump ball, and Anniston will have possession. A lot of missed opportunities for Oxford so far here.
Yeah, sitting on just 2 points. Not everything going well for Oxford offensively, playing pretty solidly defensively. The two of their three three-point shots for Anniston have just been wide open shots. If they can calm those down and get some points on the other end, they can work their way back into this ballgame.
Williams to Thomas. Back to Williams, inside to Barclay. She goes up for 2.
Well, you knew at some point Anniston was going to go down to the post. Their 9 points came from three-point shots. That time Barclay does what she does best and gets it inside.
And there will be a timeout called by Anniston. 30-second timeout as they lead 11-2. As we take a look at the last couple of baskets for the Bulldogs.
Well, this time an outside three-point shot. Once again, just like the shot from Colley earlier in the game, a wide-open shot, good ball movement, and drained by Williams. And then a little bit later on, after the turnover, just go inside to the post of Barclay, their first two-point basket of the game so far. Barclay with a nice move inside, and when Anniston has this going from the outside in, they normally go inside out, but when they go outside in, they're very deadly. Turnovers, live ball turnovers especially, have been really the point for the Yellow Jackets, the Lady Yellow Jackets, that have really hurt them in this game.
Anniston will have it, and Williams will get it into Dudley. Back over to Williams. Up top to Montgomery. She hands it to Dudley. Down low, back to Montgomery, up and good.
The shot was contested, but Montgomery with great soft hands down low and comes away with a two-point shot. So far, Anniston's baskets, 3 3-pointers and 2 basically layups down low.
Robinson will be fouled. That is Williams picking up the foul.
Yeah, watch the drive here by Dudley. Dudley gets it inside and goes right inside off the pass from Montgomery. Barclay to Montgomery. Montgomery finishes off, and that's good low post passing. We've seen great ball movement and sharing the basketball for the Lady Bulldogs here in the early part of this first quarter.
Woods almost throws it away. Oxford maintains possession. Robinson goes up for 2.
Good job just keeping the ball alive there for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, and they get their first field goal of the game.
Akira Robinson with all 4 points for the Yellow Jackets. To Barclay, to Montgomery. Little jumper up and good.
Once again, another big play for Anniston. And as they continue to go down low in the post, this is exactly where they want to be. And a huge timely basket there by Oxford.
Kalia Taylor with a 3. Cuts it to an 8-point game. 15-7, minute 35 to go here in the opening quarter. Pressure from Oxford. Anniston gets across. Oxford almost gets it back. Shot up and no good from Williams. And the Yellow Jackets have it. And a quick foul will be whistled against LaDasia Williams. Her second foul.
Well, unfortunate there. We'll take a look at the three-point shot. Just find her in the wing, and then it's a good heads-up play there by Montgomery, knowing that ball was not coming to her. Taylor comes away with the ball on the wing and then knocks down the three-point shot there. So it's good ball awareness by the Oxford Yellow Jackets all across the board.
Akira Robinson over to McGrew. Back to Taylor. And she's going to travel.
That was forced on the Dudley pressure on the ball. And it forces her to drag that foot as number 2, Lauren Ellard for Oxford checks in for the first time today.
Errant pass, foul. That'll be whistled against Lauren Ellard.
We're seeing a little bit of a full court pressure scheme here whenever the ball is on the baseline for Anniston. Oxford's employing that pressure though. The only thing you can't do is let the ball get behind you.
Dudley breaks free, kicks it down low, shot up and good from Tiana Thomas.
It's a gamble either way when you put that full court pressure on. When you have a point guard like Dudley, a lot of times they can quickly get the ball down court and score.
Shot up and no good there from Lauren Ellard. Moving it up the floor, Barclay to Thomas, back to Barclay, who's going to get the 2.
Well, that time Barclay helping to lead the break. They had the numbers for a second. It looked like Oxford was going to stop the bleeding, but Barclay comes away with the shot and the points.
Under 30 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Robinson will be fouled by Dudley.
Yeah, Dudley upset with herself about that one. She knew she got into the body there. She doesn't foul often, one of the smartest players in the game.
Kalia Taylor will check back in for Oxford. Zakiria Robinson will have a seat. And into the game for Anniston is Williams. Also in for Oxford is Sarah Paulson. And she'll check in for Lisa Montgomery. Taylor up top, 20 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Down 19-7. The drive back out to Taylor. Shot up and good.
Very, very tough basket by Kalia Taylor. The Oxford Yellow Jackets doing a good job of keeping this one competitive. The shot goes in by Dudley. That shot counts. Coach Bennett wants to travel. No go. Dudley. That's a good heads-up play there, getting the ball right there at the very end of the break.
Into the first quarter, the Anniston Bulldogs lead at 21-9. We'll be back for the second quarter coming up.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Eli Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
21-9, Anniston leads it here in our first semifinal this evening. Gerard Mathigani, Chase Robinson courtside here with you for this girls matchup here. Oxford will have it to begin quarter number 2. Miriam McLeod drives, shot blocked by Montgomery. She gets it right back, puts it up, and Kiana Montgomery gets the board that time, gets it to Dudley. Dudley to Garrett. Inside to Montgomery. Jumper, no good. Barclay was underneath. She has to fight for it. Gets it back. Montgomery lays it in.
It's just good post play by Anniston all the way around. On the defensive side, both Kiana Montgomery and Barclay getting it done. They get the ball back on offense, and Montgomery finishes off.
Jump ball called. Anniston will have it.
And a look here at the points for Anniston. Barclay doing a good job on the offensive rebound. Gets it to a wide open Kiana Montgomery. And so far, a good game for the two low post players. 6 points for Montgomery and 4 points for Barclay.
Barclay to Dudley. Jumper up and good. 7 points on the day for Alicia Dudley. Woods into McLeod. She goes up, shot blocked. Ball loose. Oxford gets it back. Cannot get any points out of it. Garrett gets it across to Barclay. To Montgomery. Back to Garrett. To Dudley. Long three. No good. McGrew with the rebound, but quickly Anniston gets it back, lays it up. That is Colley for her 5th point of the day.
Now these baskets are killer. These second chance, second opportunity points for Anniston. Things that Oxford has to kind of tighten up here in the second quarter, or this would get away from really quickly.
Foul will be on Garrett. It will be her first. Team 6th. Ashley Jackson and Kalia Taylor will check back into the game for Oxford, as well as Kyria Robinson. 27-9 Bulldog lead here All Lady Bulldogs so far. Robinson drives. She'll lay it up. Nothing. Up top to Lisa Montgomery. To McGrew. Back to Montgomery. Robinson to Montgomery. Shot no good. Kiana Montgomery for Anniston gets it though. The long ball to Barclay, who's going to travel.
That's a good possession there for Anniston. But Barclay, she knows it as she runs back down the court. She just nods her head. She knows what she did wrong on that play because they had the numbers back there. Barclay had a shuffling her feet just a little too much before she shot. Look for that outside three-point shot.
Robinson to McGrew. She goes up, nothing. As the ball tips around, Anniston comes down with it. As McGrew will tip it out. Bulldogs have it side out. Garrett to Dudley. Wide open lane, misses her layup. Barclay's there. The Bulldogs not able to get any points on that series.
Give a lot of credit there to Ashley Jackson for Oxford doing a good job down low in the post. She was outnumbered, basically 3-1 down there, but Oxford comes away with the ball.
The drive in, there's a foul. It will be against Garrett. That's her second foul for the Lady Bulldogs. Robinson. Front end of the 1-and-1. Good. Her 5th point of the day. Second shot, good. Dudley bringing it up against Maya McGrew. Robinson gets the steal for Oxford. The pitch ahead to Taylor. She lays it up, no good. Robinson back underneath, and she'll go back to the free throw line for a pair.
I'll tell you, Kia Robinson's having a solid game for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Already with 6 points to lead the team. That time gets the steal in transition. Initial basket not made, but she's right there for the offensive rebound. Stays down low in the post, gets the foul, back to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first. Her 7th point of the day. 27-12 now. 4:32 left to go here in half number 1. Full court pressure being applied by Oxford. Dudley will have it and get it across half court for the Lady Bulldogs.
With this lead, Anniston can start to be more patient in their half-court set up shots that they really want. Oxford's playing, like you said earlier, playing really well defensively, both in the high post and the low. He has to limit Anniston to just 1 shot per possession.
Kiana Montgomery's shot blocked. The pitch ahead to McGrew. It's going to stay with Oxford as it goes out.
That's a good job by Ariana Colley as well, not fouling on the play. Just getting her hands on the ball, going out of bounds, and now Oxford with a chance to set up their half-court offense.
Tiana Thomas will check in for the Lady Bulldogs. Oxford underneath their own basket. Taylor gets the inbound. She'll have it up top to Robinson. Inside, shot up and no good from Lisa Montgomery. Anniston with the rebound. The pitch ahead to Kiana Montgomery. Down low, shot up and good by Tiana Thomas.
That's where Anniston is so deadly, when they play good defense down low and then they go in transition. They have the numbers on the other end. That time they were 3-1 on the fast break, and
they're able to turn it into points.
Taylor on the other end. Back to Robinson. To McGrew. She drives, kicks it out. 3 on the way from Montgomery, no good. Barclay with the rebound. To Montgomery, back to Dudley. And that will be a foul whistled against Lisa Montgomery of the Lady Yellow Jackets. First Bank of Alabama, our sponsor for tonight's broadcast here of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
And of course, we thank them and all the sponsors of this year's Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Dudley has it out front. Pulls up, jumper on the way, good. Her 9th point of the evening. Ashley Jackson underneath for the Lady Yellow Jackets, hands it off. Taylor in the corner to Montgomery. Taylor to Woods, shot up from the free throw line, no good. Ball loose, jump ball will be called, and Oxford will have the possession. Back into the game for the Lady Yellow Jackets is Lauren Ellard. Ellard, the sophomore for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Ball goes into Justice Woods, back to Taylor. In the corner, Ellard, 3, no good. Ball goes out off Oxford. Anniston takes over. No pressure this time from Oxford, so Dudley can take her time.
Yeah, I think patience will be the key part of the game here for Anniston. With this nice, comfortable lead, their half-court sets have been working, especially when they work the ball inside out.
Long 3 from Dudley in.
Or just stay outside.
We talked about her at the beginning, one of the best shooters in the state. We are seeing that on display tonight. She's got 12 with 1:30 to go here in the half. Ellard to Robinson, shot no good. Dudley has it back in her hands with a 34-13 lead. Shot no good. Kiana Montgomery's underneath, and there's going to be a foul on Lauren Ellard.
Take a look here at that last 3-point shot there. It's a good, almost a unintentional screen there by Thomas. Gets the ball outside to Dudley. Dudley does what she does best there. Knocks it down, as you said earlier, leading the Bulldogs and leading all scorers with 12 points in a very efficient ball game as well. It's not like it's taking a bunch of shots to get there. She averages about 18 points per game. And she's already well on her way to getting both to that average and then surpassing it and doing it on a very, very, as you said, efficient basketball game so far.
Emma McCullough will check in for the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets. This is Anniston's first trip to the free throw line here in this game. And they are 0 for 2. Anniston gets it right back. Kiana Montgomery knocks down the shot, and she will go back to the free throw line.
That's such a killer. That's just such a killer when you get exactly what you want on the free throw line. 2 missed shots, but then the offensive rebound and now a chance at a 3-point play. So it looks like you're going for 0 points in that possession. You could wind up with 3 points in that possession. Points against for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, and it's kind of indicative of the kind of game that Anniston's having so far.
Montgomery back at the free throw line, knocks it down. 37-13. Minute to go here in half number 1. Robinson trapped in the corner. McLeod to McCullough, jumper, bounces around, no good. McLeod goes back up, she's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Well, that's exactly what Oxford needed to see there when you have missed shots there, have people in possession or in position to get yourself an extra possession. And that time, Oxford now finds himself back on the free throw line where they're having a solid day so far.
McLeod picks up her first point of the game. One more up ahead, knocks it down. Ariana Averett comes into the game now for Oxford. .35 seconds to go, 37-15 Anniston lead. Dudley to Williams, back to Dudley. 5 counts on her. They're going to hold it out for one last shot. Back out to Williams, back to Dudley, 10 seconds. Dudley drives, jumper good.
Looks a lot like the way that she ended the first quarter with a nice little floating jump shot. Finds nothing with the bottom, and Anniston takes a commanding lead to half.
That is the end of half number 1. The Anniston Bulldogs lead at 39-15 over the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Everybody's looking forward to something. Maybe it's getting your first job, or getting married, or sending the kids to college, or retiring. Whatever it is, it helps to have a plan. And America's First Financial Advisors can make a plan just for you. Get in touch or stop by today, and let's make a plan for your future.
I got back my smack talk touchdown, hole-in-one, 3-point home run, hat trick, pavement pounding, record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive-through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you. In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
39-15, the Anniston Lady Bulldogs lead over Oxford here at halftime. Game number 1 of 4 here on this semifinal Wednesday night at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. Gerhard Mathangani, Chase Robinson back here courtside at the Pete for a good night of basketball. And Gerhard, every year F&M Bank puts on the 3-point shootout here at the county tournament, and that is happening again here tonight.
Yeah, so how this works is during halftime of the girls' game, we'll have the boys shooters, 1 representative from each school taking their shots, and then during halftime of the boys' game, it's the girls' shooters that are doing the 3-point shot. So each team in the county has 1 representative, splitting them up between all 4 games in the semifinals, and then we'll have our championship round coming up tomorrow night. Top prize is $10,000. So it's a big prize for the winner, and then the second place shooter gets $500. So each representative of each school is shooting now. You see some of the representatives out there for the guy side, we see Piedmont, as well as looks like Weaver, Faith Christian, White Plains. Jacksonville's represented as well, so should be a really, really fun contest. And so they'll organize themselves, get a couple of warm-up shots, and then they'll have their official shots. There you see the representative from Pleasant Valley High School as well. So we will watch as you watch, and then we will have a final tally for you. And then when we get that tally, we'll tell you who marches on into the next round.
And you know, we see, and you'll see if you keep watching the tournament tonight, we've got some good shooters here in this county. And right here, we get to put them on display here at halftime. But you'll see in these games coming up later on tonight, we've got some good shooters here.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the great things about it is that it's not necessarily just picking some random person out of a crowd to be a shooter. And a lot of times at college games and professional games, you'll see that. You'll just see random shooters. Here, we're actually getting to see a lot of basketball players represent their school for this three-point shooting contest, which I find really, really refreshing, and being able to have some guys take some shots. And if you're still in the tournament, it can serve as basically a second warm-up, a first warm-up right before your teams warm up for the teams that are so represented that are in the tournament for the Final Four teams that are involved. So here we're seeing the guys from all the schools here. And another good thing is that the rebounders and the guys that are shagging balls are the other representatives from the school as well. So you get some good camaraderie, some good competition going on as each shooter gets about a minute to shoot, and they'll tally them all up, and then we will relay those winners for you as well. F&M Bank paying up $10,000 to the winner and $500 for second place. So a substantial prize here for the schools represented. And it's really, really fun. We saw Alicia Dudley last year represent the Anniston Bulldogs during the guys game. She was the female representative and had a phenomenal contest.
F&M Bank does such a great job of involving the local high schools by doing this three-point shootout. They do the football throwing during football season, so they do a great job involving local high school students.
They do a great job, and it really also it's creative ways to do it as well. Getting school pride on the line, and then also a little fun, spirited competition. And I think that it's really important, and F&M Bank does a good job of bringing the community together and also bringing factions of Calhoun County together that might not see each other as much, especially during the basketball tournament. It's the first time, a lot of times it's the only time you'll get to see some of the teams if they don't play in your region or in your area, in your football, and in your area in basketball and volleyball and some of the other sports. So basketball, the baseball, and the softball tournament are really, really good opportunities for not only these players, but these coaches and these communities to get to know one another through the spirit of competition.
You were right about that. We have got 8 guys out shooting on the court. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more. We are at halftime. Anniston Lady Bulldogs lead at 39-15 from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Welcome to the award-winning Chocolaca Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Chocolaca Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Chocolaca Park.
3, Hi, I'm Coach Eddie Bullock, the varsity girls basketball coach.
And I'm Tori Brown, the varsity boys basketball coach, and we're excited about the 2020 Calhoun County basketball tournament.
Come out and support. Go Bulldogs!
Hi, I'm Charles D. Gregory Sr., principal of Anniston High School. We are empowering our students to win by bridging the academic achievement gap. Have a supernatural day. Bulldogs lead the way.
Back here at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament, Pete Matthews Coliseum here at Jacksonville State University. Game 1 of 4 on this semifinal night. Anniston and Oxford, 39-15. The Anniston Lady Bulldogs lead. Gerhard, as we take a look at some halftime highlights.
Yeah, the first half really dominated by the Anniston Bulldogs, and they did so early on in this game based on a strong run from the outside. Got some three-point shots early and then dominated inside. Oxford really played well in the first quarter, struggled in the second quarter, did not get a field goal in that quarter, but Alicia Dudley doing the majority of the heavy lifting for Anniston, especially in that second quarter, dropped 14 points in the first half for the Lady Bulldogs.
She is having an incredible half here as we take a look at some point totals. Like you mentioned, Alicia Dudley with 14 points. Kiana Montgomery behind her with 9 points. Ariana Colley with 5, Barclay with 4, Tiana Thomas with 4, and LaDeja Williams with 3. And on Oxford's end, there's only 3 Lady Yellow Jackets on the board. Akiria Robinson with 8, Kalia Taylor with 5, and Amiria McLeod with 2.
They had to get some more easy chances at baskets, that does Oxford. Getting the ball inside, and I'm sure that's one of the things that Coach Bennett said. They did a pretty good job, especially late in that second quarter, getting themselves in position. Got a couple of shots at the couple of trips to the free throw line, made their free throws, but they need to get points from the inside. They also have some talented outside three-point shooting, but they have to stop the bleeding here from Anniston, and really it just starts, as all coaches say, one possession at a time.
Lady Bulldogs start off the half with the basketball. Dudley back up to Colley. To Garrett in the corner to Dudley. 3 on the way, good.
Well, picking up right where she left off is Dudley. Once again, a three-point shot. She's sitting right at about her average. Averages about 17.5 points per game. Sitting right there. The Anniston Bulldogs continue to dominate.
Picked off that time by Oxford. Ashley Jackson kicks it up top to Lisa Montgomery. To McGrew, to Jackson, back to Montgomery. She drives to McLeod. McLeod spins around, no good. Shot back up, does not fall. Robinson gets it back for the Jackets. She puts one up, offensive foul whistled. Dudley taking the charge.
I'll tell you, I like the fight from Oxford on this possession. Watch them continue to battle. But Dudley, a phenomenal job stepping right in, planting the feet, and getting the call for the charge as Oxford continues to look for points, and they're getting shots at the basket there. They're getting shots right around the basket. They're playing tough. They're playing hard. I feel like they can get 1 or 2 to fall. They'll climb themselves back into this ball game.
Dudley drives, puts one up from around the free throw line, rims out. Jackson gets the rebound, but steps out of bounds. Anniston will take back over underneath their own basket. Kiana Montgomery to inbound, into Barclay. Up top to Garrett, inside to Montgomery, bounces and falls.
That's beautiful basketball right there. Getting the ball from the outside, and Dudley sees a wide open Kiera Montgomery. Montgomery, as you said, on the baseline. That's a design play from Coach Eddie Bullock. Run to perfection there by his girls.
There will be.
Yeah, you take a look at this here. Watch this design. Montgomery on the outside to Barclay. Barclay to Dudley. Dudley right inside to Montgomery. Montgomery finishes off with the jump shot right there. It's a great shot. It's a great play. Well designed, well executed.
McLeod underneath for the Yellow Jackets. Picking up her 4th point of the day. First points of the second half for Oxford, 44-17. Shot up from Dudley, hits the side of the backboard, but she's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Also the first field goal for Oxford since the first quarter of this game as they look to climb back into this one.
A pair up ahead for Dudley. She knocks down the first. Her first trip to the free throw line. Only the 3rd trip for the whole Anniston team. Second good. Robinson gets it across. Pulls it back out. Inside to McLeod, but picked off by Barclay. Dudley brings it up into Barclay, it'll be knocked out of bounds. Nice pass from Dudley, just not expecting it underneath.
Yeah, a little hot there on the low post for Barclay, and Montgomery with a little smile there, understanding that one of the very few miscues of this game so far, as we have our first time out of the first half here, and we will continue to get you the results from the F&M shooting toss there on the first part of on the guys side, or the first half of this girls game, were the guys shooters from Pleasant Valley. Josh Ballou with 11, Weaver's Cole Perry with 9, Faith Christian's Josh Rutledge finished with 8. On the other side, White Plains shooter Jacob Wheeler with 13, Anniston's DeMar Stewart with 11, Jacksonville's Kyrie Maynard finished with 8, and Piedmont's Silas Thompson knocked down 5 3-point shots. So the guys representative going into the next round will be White Plains shooter Jacob Wheeler. So he sits with 13. That will be the number to beat in the next semifinal game. We will have that one after a boys game. The next semifinal game will feature the number 2 seed Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals against the number 3 seed Alexandria Valley Cubs. The other guys that were not in that first competition will shoot in the other one. 13 is the number to beat, and that winner will go on to the next round. So Jacob Wheeler setting the tone early. The White Plains Wildcats, he's one of the other guys that will have a shot to play in the next round as well with his teammates.
Oxford has the basketball out of the timeouts. McGrew gets it across for the Lady Yellow Jackets. To Montgomery, down low to McLeod. They're rolling around for it. There's going to be a travel called on McLeod.
Once again, turnovers really hurting Oxford's momentum on offense.
Dudley drives, loses it. It's going to go out, and it'll go back towards Oxford.
That's really good defense on the perimeter by Robinson. Robinson doing a good job of just getting her hands there right in the lane and nowhere to go with the basketball. The ball goes out of bounds, and Oxford, after that turnover, now has another possession.
Kyria Robinson will bring it up for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Dudley gets the steal. She'll just drive it on in. Her shot is blocked, though, by Lisa Montgomery. Oxford gets it back, and they're going to whistle a foul against LaDeja Williams. We're
seeing a really good post play here by both teams. For Anniston, it's Montgomery and Barclay. And then now watch Lisa Montgomery for Oxford coming with a big block on Dudley. Well played there by the entire Oxford defense in transition. A good steal on the front end, though, by Dudley, adding to her magnificent game so far, 19 points. She's played great on defense as well.
Woods gets it over to McGrew. Kalia Taylor has it, loses control, and it'll go back towards the Lady Bulldogs.
They can't afford to continue to have these turnovers and get back into this ball game. And that's something that Coach Bennett, I know, will talk to her team about, not only about this game, but as they try to make a march towards the postseason and have a strong showing in the area tournament, and hopefully make it back here for the high school basketball regional round. It'll be about cleaning up their play on offense.
Kiana Montgomery goes up and is fouled. And we'll go to the line for two. Montgomery, this will be her third trip to the line. Nice shot on the first one.
She missed her first two, but she's knocked down her second two so far. She's the only other player with double figures for Anniston, now sitting on 12 points.
Back underneath from Barclay is up and good.
We talked about all the things that Oxford cannot afford to have happen. One of those things is second chance points, especially off of missed free throws, and that's the second time now off of a missed free throw when it looks like you're going to get either 0 points or 1 point on the possession. Anniston comes away with now 3 points right after the basket and the first free throw by Montgomery.
Dudley brings it up for the Lady Bulldogs. 4:05 to go in the third quarter and a 49-17 lead. Barclay almost loses control. She kicks it outside. Three high off the glass and no good. And a foul will be whistled against the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, that'll be on Colley, and Colley going up to the back of Taylor to get the rebound there.
Justice Woods will bring it up now for Oxford. To Kalia Taylor in the corner. She'll dribble it in, picks up her dribble, gets it inside to Jackson, who spins around and knocks it down.
I'll tell you what, the low post play here today for both teams has been really fun to watch. And that time, actually, Jackson, nice little jab step, puts it up for two.
Barclay up top to Dudley. Three on the move is off the front of the iron and goes out of bounds.
And that time, really never got her feet set there on that three-point shot. Rushed it just a hair. You'll take another look here at Oxford's Ashley Jackson with a nice shot. Good defense there by Barclay for Anniston. That time, good post move. Jab step, used the pivot foot, jumped up and hit the shot, her first points of the game.
Woods back across for the Lady Yellow Jackets. In the corner to McGrew. Inside to Jackson. Nowhere to go, ball loose. Dudley hops on it. Pass through the middle. And Thomas was not able to get over there in time, so Oxford will take back over.
That's a good job by Anniston getting to that 50-50 ball. Alicia Dudley going to the ground and then setting the team up back up on the other side. But a good job by Oxford getting back on defense, having the numbers, and coming away with no points on the possession.
Woods has her pass picked off by Barclay. She'll be all alone underneath. And she lays it up and in.
That's incredible attention there, and also anticipation by Barclay. Understood where the pass was going, stole it, and then just beat everybody to the other side for the young contested layup.
51-19, Anniston Lady Bulldog lead here in the semifinal round of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. 2:37 to go here in the third quarter. And the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament is brought to you by First Bank of Alabama. They're sponsoring our coverage here of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament here at Jacksonville State University. Thank you to First Bank of Alabama. Well, Gerhard, Anniston, barring a huge comeback from Oxford, will win this game, move on to the championship round Friday night here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Eddie Bullock and company, familiar territory for them in the championship game.
Yeah, this will not be a shock to about anyone in the county finding out that Oxford, or that Anniston, the #1 seed, is headed back to the championship round. I think one of the best things that comes with having the #1 seed is being able to have the double bye and then having the focus to execute in that first game, because they play Pleasant Valley in their first game. Pleasant Valley, who knocked off Sachs in the second round of the tournament. Quarterfinal round, Anniston put up 82 points, gave up 37 to the Lady Raiders. And now here another incredible defensive performance, and then supplementing with offense as we see another steal here for Anniston, or for Oxford. Good defense, no points there. Once again, Oxford turnover again, kind of leads back to the point we've been talking about with this Anniston defense. It's been solid the entire game. They haven't always gotten points. They haven't always gotten rewarded for their defense, but it's another clinic-type performance here today against the Bulldogs.
Dudley back at the free throw line. Knocks down the first one. A lot of talk about this Anniston team coming into tonight. You find just about every year the Lady Bulldogs are in it, but they're all different types of teams. And this is a good one that Eddie Bullock has this year, one that could perhaps take them to Birmingham.
That's exactly right, and I know they use this as a springboard for what they hope is a possible trip to the BJCC and making a run for a state championship. And it's always one game at a time, for these Anniston Bulldogs. And speaking of not only the Calhoun County basketball tournament, but the state championship tournament as well. You can see that WOTM also brought to you the Super 7 championships in Birmingham, or the Super 7 championships at Jordan-Hare Stadium down in Auburn for state football championships. The very same thing with the basketball state championships, and a great partnership with the AHSAA.
Bulldogs have the basketball. Garrett up top. Over to Thomas, to Dudley. The drive and the bucket. And it's 23 points on the evening for Miss Alacia Dudley. And she's going to pick up the foul there, her second. Oxford will have the basketball. Robinson in the backcourt. Over to Montgomery. Taylor's jumper is good. Kalia Taylor with 7 points here in this game. There's going to be a travel whistled against Tiana Thomas. We'll give Oxford the ball back. Shot up from Robinson is no good. She's fouled though. We'll go to the line for two. And get Barclay on that foul. That'll be her second. Missed the first one. So I have one more up ahead. Kyra Williams comes in for the Lady Bulldogs. Second one is good for Robinson. Dudley into the backcourt. And a timeout will be called by Anniston. Dudley, we talk about she's a good shooter. She's also really smart in plays like that, calling it a timeout.
Yeah, very self-aware. They're saving the possession for Oxford. Anniston, knowing that Oxford defense was coming, and even with a 33-point lead, they don't lack for fundamentals, does Anniston. And kind of a tribute to the program that Coach Eddie Bullock has built over the last couple of years. As you said, barring a miracle comeback from Oxford, Anniston will march on to this championship round. They'll face the winner of Alexandria and Sacred Heart. You can see that game right here coming up at 7 o'clock. Meanwhile, before then, we'll have our first boys semifinal game. The top seed Oxford Yellow Jackets will face the fourth seeded Alexandria Valley Cubs. On the boys side, it's been basically all chalk. The top 4 teams that were seeded into this tournament are the top 4 teams that'll play in the semifinal round. Oxford and Alexandria will play in the first game that comes up next. And then in our last game of the evening, tipping off at 8:30, the number 2 seed Anniston Bulldogs against number 3 White Plains.
Anniston has the ball out of the timeout. Dudley drives in, no good. McGrew goes up. Nothing. Oxford faithful wanted a foul. There'll be a whistle this time. And Kalia Taylor will go to the line for 2.
You're seeing the scheme here for the Oxford Yellow Jackets as they play here in this second half, attacking the basket, taking the three-point shot only if it's there, but doing a pretty good job here in this quarter of getting themselves to the free throw line, and that's exactly what they needed after that second quarter where they came up with 0 field goals.
Second free throw is no good for Taylor. Garrett throws it inside, but actually Jackson gets the pick. Robinson drives in, stolen away by Anniston. Montgomery maintains possession to Garrett, to a wide open Kiara Williams for 2 points, her first points of the game. And that is the end of the third quarter. The Anniston Lady Bulldogs with a 57-23 lead over the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets. The final quarter in our first semifinal game is coming up from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
For great food and great service and a great atmosphere, come and see us at Top of the River in Anniston. At Top of the River, all of our products are prepared fresh daily with our own special recipes, including our farm-raised, grain-fed catfish. Large groups and private groups from 50 to 250 are welcome, and reservations are accepted 7 days a week. And ask about our full on-site catering. Family-owned and operated since 1982 and always kid-friendly. Top of the River in Anniston.
It is the final quarter between Anniston and Oxford here on the girls' side of the bracket. Our first of 4 games here from the Calhoun County Tournament semifinals, and the Lady Bulldogs hold a 57-23 lead over the Oxford Yellow Jackets, and Oxford will have the basketball to begin the final quarter. Robinson will have it up top.
This time for Oxford, it's just finishing strong. Finishing the game strong and giving a good outing here in these last 8 minutes. Trying to find a chance to come into their season strong, finish off their year strong. They had a solid tournament so far. In this tournament, they knocked off Jacksonville, winning 43-38. One of the things that Coach Bennett said right before the game was they won that game shooting 19% from the floor. So solid defense has been their calling card really all year long, and they'll need that as they move along towards the season. Tonight they just met a juggernaut in the #1 seed Anniston Bulldogs.
Robinson knocks down both free throws. Dudley into Williams. There will be a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs.
Good job there fighting for it from Oxford. Very few teams have in the post what Anniston has in the post, between Kiana Montgomery and Barclay, and then now they've been able to substitute Williams here in the late stages of this game.
Garrett's three-pointer no good. Here comes the Oxford Yellow Jackets. And Dudley will get the interception. Making a move, dumping it down, shot up and good from Williams.
Just what a find there from Alicia Dudley. We've talked about her shooting, and she leads all scores at 23 points, but that time just a phenomenal spin move, and watch her find the wide open player down low. All kinds of Oxford Yellow Jackets right there in the middle, but the wide open play, and Williams finishes.
Missed the first free throw. We've got a good boys matchup up ahead. The Oxford boys will be on the floor, taking on the Alexandria Valley Cubs.
Oxford, one of the teams that has a solid chance to make a deep run. 6A North has been just an absolute gauntlet with teams like Pinson Valley and other squads, but Oxford, led by a few talented players. We'll get a chance to see them coming up in the next game. And what about the year for Alexandria so far this year? And they'll have a chance to knock off the top seed.
Took down Sacred Heart on Monday afternoon. Oxford taking down Jacksonville Christian. Clock will run for the remainder of this game with the 30-point lead. Dudley down low to Barclay, and there will be a foul whistled against Ashley Jackson.
That's another time that Dudley gets inside, gets penetration, and then finds a wide open post player. The first time to Williams, this time to Dudley. Just as impressive as her shooting prowess has been her ability to share the ball and find open players.
Barclay hits the first. And she almost got the steal. Taylor on the other end looking for somewhere to go. Ball's going to go out. It'll stay with Oxford. .340 to go. 61-26 lead for the Lady Bulldogs. They'll move on to play tomorrow night, and they will play the winner of Alexandria and Sacred Heart coming up a little bit later on tonight. Taylor to Montgomery. She'll drive, kick it back out to McGrew, who goes up for two.
That's a really athletic play there by Maya McGrew. Good inside penetration and finishes off there.
Jackson with a rebound. To McGrew. She'll drive in, and there'll be a blocking foul. Whistled against Dudley.
Well, Dudley at that exact same spot in the first half got the call. She got the charge, and that time whistled for the block. You get a chance here to judge it for yourself, and she felt that she was in position. The Anniston whistle wanted to go obviously the other way, but with a nice comfortable lead, I'm sure they'll take the win and making sure their star player gets up safely after taking the charge. First free throw hit there by McGrew.
The first trip to the free throw line and knocks it down. And the second is good. Kiana Montgomery loses control. McLeod coming the other way for Oxford. To McCullough. Back to McGrew. And she'll throw it out of bounds.
And turnovers here have been a key factor for both teams. And as such, Coach Bullock calls a full timeout. I believe this might be the first, maybe second full timeout. We've seen mostly 30-second timeouts to get the teams back out there quickly, but this will be a full timeout as he gives his last bit of instructions to his squad after coming out and basically dominating. Really, the second quarter is what led the way for Anniston, outscoring Oxford 18-6 in that frame. And after that, they continue to pile on, and the momentum just continue to swing for the Lady Bulldogs, and Oxford will be the first team out of the semifinal round, and Anniston will continue to advance on to the championship game.
Anniston with a record of 17-3. It will be 18-3 in a minute and 35 seconds. Impressive record there for the Anniston Lady Bulldogs. Oxford, on the other hand, after this game, 10-12 on the season. Officials calling the teams back out on the court for this last minute and a half.
Will be Anniston's 4th consecutive trip to the championship game. And the 9th time in the last 10 years punching their ticket to the next round.
Anniston has it. It is number 42. Gets it back up to Simmons. Minute 15 left. Simmons holding it out top. Stolen away by Robinson. Underneath for 2.
Well, this time Anniston putting in some young players. That timeout was primarily used to get all new players into the game for Anniston, and you're seeing some of that inexperience here in the late stages of this contest. Another turnover for Anniston.
42 seconds to go. Paulson takes a couple of dribbles in, puts up a shot, no good. Ball's loose. It will go out and will stay with Oxford. McCullough will inbound for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Woods up top. Woods goes up, no good. Ball loose. Anniston will jump on it. Robinson with the steal as the buzzer rings, and the Anniston Lady Bulldogs wins it 61-34, and will move on to the championship game Friday night. We'll be back with more from Pete Matthews Coliseum of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Big win for the Anniston Lady Bulldogs, 61-34 over Oxford in the first semifinal matchup here on this Wednesday evening. Boys game coming up, but Gerhard, Alicia Dudley, once again, she was the MVP of the tournament last year. She put up 23 here in the semifinal game.
Picking up right where she left off, and she really started slow offensively, but then found a groove. She really didn't need to score early on, got a lot of help from her teammates, and then her talent showed in the later stages of the game. A big monster win, and another day kind of what we've become to be accustomed to with her and her leadership, and a huge day for Anniston as they march to their fourth consecutive Calhoun County championship game, the 9th in 10 years and the 12th time in 13 seasons. They're headed back to the county championship.
They will play the winner of Alexandria and Sacred Heart, who will play in just a little bit. We'll be back with more from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament from Pete Matthews Coliseum coming up here on TV 24.